They say one friend out of every group has the potential to be a serial killer. So I threw Hazziq off a cliff just in case it was him. Hello everyone, my name is Alia. Welcome back to another episode of LBS and Vox Pop. In conjunction with World Mental Health Day, I will be sharing with you guys about the difference between mental health and mental illness. So the stigma from many people out there saying that mental health and mental illness is the same, but it is not. When we talk about mental health, we are talking about the state of well-being. We are talking about the state of mind. Having a good mental health meaning that you can cope with any challenges, you have the ability to settle your problem, you can work very productively, you can give your very best, your full potential to your company, your family or your friends. So basically, mental health ni semua orang ada sebenarnya. It's just a matter whether you ada good mental health atau you ada poor mental health. Alright? So moving next to mental illness. Mental illness, according to Centers for Disease Control (CDC), saying that it's a condition whereby it affects a person's thinking, feeling, mood, and behavior. So it is actually the difference between mental health and mental illness is actually when you are diagnosed. If you are not diagnosed with mental illness, you don't have mental illness. So jangan simply say that I ada mental illness or you ada mental illness. It is when you feel something is really wrong. Dia boleh jadi something yang mengganggu kehidupan you seharian and dia sangat-sangat memberikan kesan kepada you untuk your daily life. You susah nak ability untuk bekerja, you susah nak buat sesuatu yang you dah plan and then you can't cope with stress. Okay? So mental illness ni everyone knows dan kebanyakannya jenis-jenis dia kita tahu ada depression, ada bipolar disorder, anxiety, schizophrenia, and then schizophrenia pula it's something yang a quite heavy illness whereby someone tu dia boleh delusion, dia ada halusinasi. That's part of schizophrenia lah. Alright, so interestingly ada satu buku yang akan kupaskan all about mental illness disorder ni yang called sebagai DSM-5. So director nanti letakkan dekat sini buku tu, DSM-5 sini. Okay, back to square one. Everyone has mental health and not everyone have mental illness. So you can have a poor mental health but you don't have any mental illness. You can also likewise have a good mental health but you have the illness. Alright? So come to a situation we need to understand that kita tak boleh salah faham antara mental health dengan mental illness. Sangat-sangat penting untuk kita characterizekan meaning dia ikut mana-mana yang sepatutnya. Sebab kita tak nak masyarakat kita yang ada problem dengan mental illness takut untuk nak share segala masalah dia, sedangkan dia ada medium ataupun platform untuk berkongsi. So people can experience poor mental health, alright? So bukan semua orang akan ada good mental health all the time. Ada masa kita akan a bit down, kita overwhelmed, kita too much occupied sangat dengan kerja, kita might be stressed, and then it's something yang normal. So you tak boleh assume yang bila you terlalu stress, bos bagi you kerja banyak-banyak and then you tak boleh occupy, it doesn't mean you ada mental illness. Mental illness ni kena ingat, it is just when you are diagnosed baru you ada mental illness. So listen to this. When you feel good mentally and emotionally, you bring yourself and your day to day in a good emotion. You do your job in a very good way. You are very productive, you are adaptable, flexible, you're resilient. You can do anything just because you have a good mental health. But it is different, berbeza bila you ada poor mental health. It somehow, walaupun tak ekstrim mana stress tu, you akan susah untuk buat kerja-kerja you. In many ways, dia negatively affect lah, I would say. So here are some ways for you guys to stay mentally healthy. Get your me time, get more sleep, be active and exercise, healthy diet, and please ask for help. There are so many people can help you. You need to share your problem with them. In case if you are not comfortable to share your stories with them, don't worry. You have those platforms, those services that are able to help you. You need to get help. Thank you. So that's all for today. Always take care of mental health, stay safe, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you. Bye.